Jacqueline Kennedy had many defining moments in her life and was known to be a symbol of grace under pressure. Her glamorous entrance into the White House in 1961, alongside her husband, President John F. Kennedy, is when she captivated the nation with her charm, style, and cultural influence. However, in November 1963, her life changed forever when President Kennedy was tragically assassinated in Dallas. Jackie, having been at his side in those fateful moments, would forever be remembered as the grieving widow who stood strong in the face of national tragedy. For a short time, she moved back to Georgetown and bought a home she and John once lived in. But the swarms of tourists that gathered outside was too much to handle. By the fall of 1964, a year after JFK's tragic death, Jackie wanted a new beginning in the wake of unimaginable loss for her and her children and decided to move to New York City. Her transition to New York also marked a conscious shift away from the public eye, even though she remained an icon in American culture. The apartment she eventually found on Fifth Avenue would become a sanctuary for the next 3 decades, a private retreat from the public eye and sometimes scrutiny that had defined much of her adult life. Jackie Kennedy's New York City apartment was $200,000 in 1964. It's in the prime location of 1040 Fifth Avenue, one of the most prestigious addresses in the city, overlooking Central Park and the Metropolitan Museum of Art on the Upper East Side. The location was ideal for Jackie and her children because it was away from the heavily populated tourist areas of New York City and had many prominent residents over the years, and it was near her sister's home. On the 15th floor of the iconic luxury apartment is where she grieved her husband's death and learned to live a new normal life while raising her children. She even found love again while living here, and in 1968 she married a Greek shipping magnate, Aristotle Onassis. Jackie lived in the limestone apartment building for over 30 years, until her death in 1994 when she was buried next to her first husband, President Kennedy, at Arlington National Cemetery. As Jackie began turning the apartment into her home, she worked with interior designer Billy Baldwin to help decorate each room in a signature style, blending French elegance with a touch of American practicality. The main area of the iconic luxury apartment consists of a large living room with a fireplace, a formal dining room, and a sun-drenched breakfast room. The kitchen includes a pantry and butler's pantry. There are 5 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms, a library, and a beautiful gallery. The 2 terraces offer stunning views of the Manhattan skyline and Central Park, and the home even provided accommodations for staff. Stepping out from the elevator, guests were greeted by the elegant gallery that reflected Jackie's refined taste. The space was lined with leather-bound books, each shelf carefully curated, evoking a sense of quiet sophistication. Ornate oriental tables stood beneath empire-style lamps, casting a soft glow that enhanced the room's tranquil atmosphere. Even the smallest details, such as cast iron planters, showcased Jackie's love for classical design. Her favourite coffee table books, an eclectic mix of art, history and literature, were prominently displayed, offering a glimpse into her intellectual curiosity. The living room boasted a large terrace that stretched as far as the library and had sweeping views of Central Park and Fifth Avenue. It was adorned with original whitewood paneling and parquet floors that complemented the room's bright and airy ambiance. Jackie chose furnishings that enhanced this likeness. The room featured 2 distinctive couches. One, an overstuffed button-tufted settee in a floral brocade pattern, was softened by a cream damask slipcover. The other, a sleek, plain-back 3-cushioned seat upholstered in vibrant yellow, added a splash of colour. Scattered throughout the living room were chairs from the 18th century Rococo style of Louis XV, their ornate curves and delicate detailing adding a regal flair. Some of these chairs were believed to have once belonged to Marie Antoinette from the Petit Trianon at Versailles, bringing an air of French history and nobility into the heart of New York. In a departure from convention, the dining room doubled as an additional living space, creating a multifunctional area for the family. A small dining table sat modestly in the corner, while the rest of the room was filled with bookcases, furthering Jackie's love for literature. A baby grand piano took center stage, often filling the room with music, adding warmth and charm. plus couches and upholstered chairs provided ample seating for intimate gatherings, reflecting Jackie's preference for comfort and conversation over formal dining. Jackie's love of horses was woven throughout the apartment, a subtle yet personal touch that made the space feel uniquely hers. Like her mother, Jackie grew into an accomplished equestrian. By the age of 5, Jackie had participated in the East Hampton Horse Show, and at 9, she won her first blue ribbon at a show in the Hamptons. Throughout her life, her love for horses never wavered. Equestrian paintings dating back to the 1700s lined the walls, depicting men on horseback and landscapes from a bygone era. This equestrian theme, combined with the warm tones of the room, brought a personalised, lived-in feel to the apartment. Originally, the room's walls were a rich salmon colour, with bold patterns that reflected Jackie's bold yet elegant taste. By the 1980s, the room underwent a transformation with new wallpaper and fabrics, but the essence of Jackie's style remained intact. Jackie opened her doors to Vogue in 1973, offering the world a rare glimpse inside a private sanctuary. The magazine captured the apartment's essence, refined yet lively, steeped in history yet modern in its approach. The library was especially striking. It embodied the fun, eclectic spirit of the 1970s while maintaining Jackie's classical sensibilities. Filled with books that spanned centuries and genres, the library was a space where Jackie could arrange things her way, creating a balance between order and creativity. Many classic pieces, cherished throughout her life, were displayed prominently, adding to the room's personal character. The hallway served as an elegant promenade lined with antiques and exquisite artwork. Painted in a sunny yellow, it exudes warmth and energy, setting it apart from the more subdued tones of the other rooms. Architectural watercolours hung alongside a Roman torso from the 2nd century AD, creating a striking contrast between ancient history and modern elegance. Pieces of furniture from Jackie's White House years also found a home in the hallway, each piece carrying with it a sense of nostalgia and history. Throughout the apartment, Jackie's personal life could be seen in the intimate details. A handwritten note, carefully placed on her desk, hinted at her thoughtful nature, while a cherished family portrait displayed on a side table evoked the love she had for her children. A glass case showcasing a collection of heirloom jewellery stood as a quiet testament to her legacy, blending personal history with timeless elegance. In the late 1970s, Jackie's love for books blossomed into a new chapter of her life as she pursued a career in publishing. Working as an editor, Jackie thrived in an environment where a discerning taste for literature could shine. She edited around 12 books a year, balancing her professional ambitions with her personal life. Her small office, where she worked diligently, was an extension of her apartment, intimate, inspiring, and filled with the things she loved most: books, art, and quiet contemplation. While she lived in the apartment, many in the area would see her out on the street in some of her most iconic fashion moments. Whether she was simply walking down Fifth Avenue, sporting big sunglasses, stylish coats and scarves, or going to the opera in a designer gown wearing sparkling accessories, she was always dressed to the nines. It's no wonder her apartment was designed with the same glamorous style. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for our next tour of the world's most iconic homes.